All right, and with that, we can see both players already on the title screen. Clicks on the right, pocket on the left, and we're about to have a countdown and get board revealed on stream for all of you guys.
Bingo jump scare. Oh, there's the board, just like that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's talk through some objectives we see on here.
Right. So the objectives, players are not allowed to skip prologue cutscenes. So this first minute is just going to be players looking at the board and looking for what objectives they might want to get in the first two chapters. The
Yeah,
fastest
this first
things.
minute is your opportunity just to think and just read as much as you can, get all that
Wait.
information downloaded.
Oh
Oh,
no.
okay,
Wait.
we've had. I think
Yeah,
we might have to
about
restart this game.
yeah, about not skipping cutscenes. We have Plick skipping a cutscene, so we might have to reset here.
Yeah, I think that's just this early into the game. Do we want to call it off?
Yeah, I think that's a decent idea.
Okay, yeah, we're calling a quick audible, getting a new board in here. This board sucked
Mhm.
anyway, so I think this was for the best.
Honestly, I
no
haven't
idea
even
what's on
taken a
this
good
board.
look at it, but it
Yeah,
sucks, yeah.
it's all right. We've all made mistakes. I've started bingo games without bingo UI on, with every other mod and on. It happens to the best of us.
Mm-hmm. Pocket? Pocket? Okay, Pocket has... Okay,
It has the critical information. This is good. This is good.
alright.
All right, we'll be getting a quick restart here.
Mm-hmm. Clicks, I
Update your
think,
mods, please.
trying to change their settings and scrolling through about 1 million files.
Oh wow, that is. Honestly, that's a risk for bingo when you have that many files. If you accidentally menu to the main menu, good luck. I feel like
Honestly,
that is. Have they never deleted their bingo files before? I did that for a while, then I was like, I can't keep doing this. If I'm in a match, then I have to scroll through 50 files.
also, thank you, Lick Fanello, for the huge raids.
Yeah, massive 100-person raid. How was the stream? I hope Celeste was going well. You're here just in time for bingo.
Yeah, you haven't missed anything. It's the first day of bingo. We've got Pocket and Plixup, and the board is revealed on
This
stream.
is the first asterisk, first match. Nothing happened. This is entirely the first time we've started this. I think the players are beginning shortly, and now we got a whole nother board we can talk about just in time.
All right, and so what do we see on here? I see 1A start without dashing. That's super quick, but
Yeah.
oftentimes loses you progress towards some later objectives. So
Yeah, it lacks synergy with pretty much anything else on the board. So if you put like the 10, 20 seconds in to get that objective, you might just lose out on later stuff. I think 5 berries in 3 chapters is a really interesting early objective. You only have to put down a few seconds in each chapter to get that. It's probably something we'll see. There's also 5 berries in 4 chapters, plus
and 1-up
45
in 3
berries.
chapters.
Oh, okay, yeah, this is great 1-up synergy. If you get 1-up in 3 chapters, 5 in 3, progress to 45 berries, I think we'll be seeing a lot of the quick berries grabbed, maybe some 1-ups.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely reasonable. On the flip side, there's some decent reason to push progress here anyways, because we have a week without dashing, which is a super quick objective.
Yeah.
And then, just looking at the mid-game, there seems to be a decent amount of stuff in Celestial Resort.
Yeah, Resort has good objectives here.
I see 4 winged berries, which you get faster in Resort. 8 winged berries, huge mess berries, Talk to Theo and Elevator Shaft, Celestial Resort cassette, which sort of builds up into blue and red hat in Celestial Resort later. So that's a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Resort definitely doesn't synergize well with the 1-up in 3 chapters objective, unless, you want to go for huge mess 1-up or something.
I don't think we're going to see a huge mess 1-up this game.
I don't think that's going to happen, but I think you can still go for your 5 berries in 3 and 4 chapters if you go Resort. But there's also a good route divergence. You can choose between 3A or 4A. I think each could be viable just from a first analysis of the board. And already we see a little bit of difference in routing, where Pocket ends up going for the 1-up and Plix just skips it and tries to get a little bit of progress advantage, which I think is perfectly fine on this board.
Well, you say Pocket is going for the 1-up, but Pocket seems to have collected a berry. Is this progress 1-up?
I think this is a good attempt at keeping the 1-up train going. Only a few more rooms.
Progress 1-up is a strategy that's been growing in popularity over the last year. Where instead of getting a 1-up in the start of the chapter like normal, you carry the 1-up all the way to the start of Chasm, which is extremely risky.
Yeah, but it's being executed pretty well. This is a good way to keep making sure that you're getting only the fastest berries. And
yeah, and just like that.
Yeah, Pocket got the 1-up as even.
1-up. Yeah, Pocket gets an extra 1-up with only being 3 or 4 seconds behind Blixona, and that's the advantage you can get from doing progress 1-up if you get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we will probably not see Plix going for 1-up in 3 chapters.
Mm-hmm.
And probably we'll see Pocket. And just like that, pretty even. Pocket with a few seconds behind out of 1A. But there's not really many objectives that I think are going to get picked up in 2A either. Maybe Awake without dashing. Was that on this board?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And I mean, other things that people can work towards in Board Sight, you might want to get the 2A Bino. I see 1 Bino in 5 chapters and 7 Binos. In fact, I expect both players to get the Bino here, and if they don't...
Yeah, this is such a short Bino to go for. It's like, did you read the board? Did you see the Bino objectives? If not, just get it every time.
Mm-hmm. And just like that, we see both players going for it. Plix maintaining a couple-second progress lead.
And Pocket not going for a 1-up. I think this is okay. 1-up in 3 chapters is a lot of time commitment.
I mean, you were getting 5 berries in 1A anyways, so you might as well get them with a 1-up. But in 2A, getting 5 berries, like the fastest 5 berries are mostly in intervention, and carrying a 1-up through intervention is not easy.
Yeah. So you end up having to sacrifice more time to get the 2A 1-up up front, whereas you could just get your 5 berries, as Pocket's doing, just along the way.
Mm-hmm.
There's some real fast berries that lose, if not a second, maybe even less than a second later in intervention.
Yeah, this is a shockingly even game. We said that the players were decently even in terms of execution, and well, we can see that because this is surprisingly close.
I do think Plix is getting a bit more of a lead as time goes on. Just has been dying a little less, which we'll probably see some Awake without dashing from them.
I would expect that, certainly.
1-up in chapter 8. I would love to see that in bingo. I don't think it's possible.
You need the golden strawberry, so you need to complete 8B, which would be
yeah, I mean, sure, if you want to do that in your bingo match, go for it.
Yeah, completing every B-side and getting every blue hat goes well beyond the expected length of one of these bingo matches, which, by the way, is somewhere between 45 minutes and like an hour, depending on how close the game is.
So, this is an interesting development. Plix is actually getting the winged berry, which you need to dash to get the winged berry, so sacrificing the Awake without dashing...
Pocket, you dashed! Oh, realizes. Okay.
Nice, okay, that was a good catch. As long as you retry within the first screen of a dashless objective, we usually allow you to just keep going for the objective, which is a good knowledge.
So this is gonna let Plix get a lead into full late, but without Awake without dashing, I'm not sure how much that matters, especially since I think Pocket might be headed to 3A here.
Plix with a very nice mod, changing the bubbles to some emotes.
Nope, I'm wrong. I like both players into 4A it is.
That's fair. Resort will be a really interesting objective to see when players decide to backtrack for it now. But I think 4A is reasonable here. It's a good berry to get your third chapter with 5 in.
Yeah, I'm surprised Plix isn't going for a 1-up here in the start of 4A. You're going to want to rush 5 berries, and getting a 1-up on top of that only takes a couple extra seconds.
I think one of the weird things about risking it is that time between your 5th and 6th berry might be enough to lose you the 5 berries and 3 objective sometimes. Where if you're
I
going
guess.
for the 4A 1-up, maybe that's a risk that these players are thinking about. But we do see that advantage in execution and progress, giving Plix the 5 berries and 3. Both players even in objectives. I think next we'll probably see 5 berries and 4 being raced to.
It's possible. Certainly.
Oh, 4 winged berries. Duh. That one's coming up next.
Oh no, Steam notifications on Plix's side.
Is this the tournament? This is the bingo tournament.
Mm-hmm. Advanced Bingo Bash, 16 players, 2 weekends. You're in the right place.
This is the place to be. Oh, okay, Pocket getting kind of sketchy. With
Yeah, this
is
maybe not the type of 1-up that you want.
I really hope they get it though. Get Alexa Berry.
Oh my gosh!
Please. Love this collect. Yeah.
No.
That
was so unfortunate.
Oh,
Pocket
wow.
Goes into Lazette, but that sucks.
Plix going for the 1A start without dashing. So we're seeing both players in kind of very early on in the game abandon progress and start going for different routing.
I think it's reasonable for Pocket, having seen 4 winged. Pocket knows that that's 2 in 1A, 1 in Awake, and 1 in Ordflare, so Pocket knows he's at least 20 seconds behind.
Yeah, that's a tough situation to be in. If you know that you're behind on all objectives, you gotta kind of route differently and start to think, where can I get ahead of my opponent?
I think 3A has enough value that going back into it is like not the worst thing ever.
Yeah. I think it's going to be interesting to see if we can maybe get some delays from Pocket. As long as you see that Plix is like taking things off consistently, then you can probably assume they're not in 3A, and then you can kind of hide if that's what you're going for. And hiding information always valuable in bingo. Until it loses you an objective, but that's it's fine. It doesn't happen. Locking out doesn't exist.
No, certainly not. Yeah. So, I mean, for the record, players are allowed to get an objective and delay it without taking it off. That oftentimes happens to deny information. Also, occasionally, a player doesn't take off an objective for too long and the opposing player gets it, and that always sucks when that happens.
Yeah, I think, as we were talking about earlier with the many levels of bingo, eventually you get to the point where delaying objectives is like the meta, and you never know if your opponent has something you're going for or not, and it gets terrifying, but just another skill that you can add to your bingo skill set.
Alright, so Pocket just plays enough to get 5 berries and 4 chapters and is moving on.
I like that.
For Plix, that indicates Pocket has been in 3A, because there is no other chapter that Pocket could be in. There just isn't enough time for Pocket to have gotten to Temple. So as Plix, you're sort of wary of heading into 3A and contesting the later stuff, which is great for Pocket, because that stuff isn't stuff he's planning on doing anytime soon.
So what objectives are we going to see in Temple? There's some stuff, but not really too much. There's Grab Loose Depths, Mirror Temple A side.
I don't know. Okay, no, just kidding. Pocket decides, no, there's actually nothing for me later in the game. I should go rush the rest of the 3A stuff. And, well, they're not totally wrong.
Yeah, it's tough when you're playing from behind. You gotta just find somewhere where you can get objectives back without giving your opponent a win condition.
I mean, 3A also works towards a couple things that I haven't mentioned. Namely 4 A sides. That's an objective which is extremely strange because you can get that with 1A, 2A, 3A, and 4A, or you can get it with 1A, 2A, 4A, and 5A.
And so if you're really creative, you can throw in core in there.
Yeah, but in this situation, I think those are our only 2 options.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Even though they are playing completely different chapters, I think this is actually going to be a race for 4A sides. They're both about even towards it.
Yeah, I think 4A sides is going to be... It could go either way. I think 5A is a good play on this board. And if Plix decides 5A over 5B, it definitely would be a solid play.
I want to see if Pocket takes off huge mess berries, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's... I guess will Plix get grabless get depths before huge mess berries? Because if you see your opponent take grabless depths, then you're like, oh, I can just delay my resort stuff. But if you don't know where your opponent is, then it's way too risky to delay. They could be in resort for all you know.
Grabless steps isn't too long, and Plix is past the hardest pet, so I think Plix will get this.
Yeah. And now we might get to see some spicy delay content. And if you do see Plix grabbing right now, that's because the grabless variant is different than just true not grabbing. You can grab out of bubbles and similar weird tech, so you're still allowed to grab in very weird scenarios with grabless.
It's sort of janky, but it is allowed according to the in-game grabless variant, so Bingo says, yeah, that's okay.
And here we have now Pocket getting information that their opponent is in Temple. That gives Pocket the ability to delay now without too much risk of this resort stuff coming under fire, at least for now.
Pocket finishes out huge mess, and if I had to guess, we'll probably just unlock elevator shaft and leave. The thing is, as Pocket, you know Plix isn't here, so even though Talk to Theo and elevator shaft is like right there and it's less than 10 seconds,
you can always just put it off.
Yeah, you can just put it off. You don't need to worry about it.
Yeah, I want to say for Pocket, you might want to try to go for maybe like some berries. Go for maybe 5A start berries, go for 45 berries in total. I think those could be some interesting things. Grab up some temple objectives from your opponent. I don't know.
I think that's possible, but I wouldn't really want to commit heavily to 45 berries unless you're combining with another berry objective. Either 1-up in 3 chapters, finishing that out, or maybe start at 5A berries, or maybe both.
5A star berries, get the 1-up. Not horrible. There's some good synergy there.
Yeah, it's absolutely reasonable.
It does slow down a lot, but I think at this point Pocket Wraith doesn't have much chance of contesting progress going into late game.
Do see Pocket keep playing. Again, if I had to guess, Pocket's just playing out 4A sides and hoping to win this objective from Plix.
Yeah, so I think that's going to be tough. Plix is coming into the last maybe 2-3 minutes of 5A.
Yeah, and Pocket still has a lot of 4A to complete here, so it'll be tough unless Plix goes for Theo and Search. Oh, this is big.
Yeah, I guess Plix didn't know if this was contested or not. Pocket really hasn't picked anything in a while, so might as well just grab the objective while you're here. But this is a decent amount of time setback.
Yeah, I mean, we see the delaying from Pocket pay off spectacularly. By not taking off 3A, Plix doesn't know where Pocket is, and Plix is forced to get Theo and Search, which takes 40 or more seconds to do. That's huge. Well,
Pocket does not finish Resort and goes back.
It would be huge if Pocket had gone on to contest 4A sides, but I guess not.
It's tough to contest 4A sides from there, I guess. Like, you don't... I don't know. It is very weird.
Huh. I mean, it's also not the It's also not the sort of objective you might be thinking about.
Yeah.
Because you see the resort stuff and you think, okay, resort stuff. You're not thinking about 4A sides.
Yeah. So what can Pocket start to go for? I think berries might be a strong play. Work towards 45. Go for some of those extra 1-ups.
Yeah, I would not be surprised here if Pocket finishes out 4A, heads straight into 5A start, ticks off some stuff, and then goes for 5A start berries with 1-up.
Yeah, we're already at 32 berries for Pocket, getting pretty close to 45. It's good to see. So, if we project this game forward a little bit, we're going to see Temple A side and 4 A sides from Plix. That puts Plix up to 7. Then, is there anything quick right after Temple? I'm thinking like Reflection Cassette, maybe?
Yeah, but that looks like it.
There's some good stuff late in 7A. There's 2,000 meter berries, 2,500 meter berries, and 20 berries in 7A.
Yeah, I guess that's Those are really funny objectives, because they're 3 really strong objectives, but in order to indicate, like, even one of them, you have to play Summit for, like, 5-6 minutes.
I want to say this is starting to look tough for Pocket Wraith, because is there a way for Plix to win without even going back into Resort? We have 2 objectives from Temple A-side and 4 A-sides, that's 7. We have 3 objectives in Summit, that's 10. Reflection Cassette, that's 11 objectives that Plix can pretty much get without too much contesting unless Pocket beats all of Temple.
Yeah, but the thing is, Plix still... Okay, no. Pocket finally takes off the staff. Oh, finally takes off Huge Mess Berries. Isn't taking off Theo and Elevator Shaft or Resort Cassette.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, so I expect Pocket to just Lusher 1-up here. And I expect Plix to Lusher 1-up and get locked out.
Yeah, this is interesting.
Good old like bingo.
At this point, for Plix, you can kind of just play Summit and grab... Oh, maybe not late Summit stuff isn't that good yet.
Yeah, no, the thing is, Summit takes... Oh, is Pocket not going for a 1-up? Pocket, you need a 1-up here. You can't collect your berries.
Oh, still think keeping the 1-up alive.
Oh no, okay, just accidentally collected then. This 5A 1-up is always one of the scariest ones.
Yeah, there's a lot of spikes, a lot of tight corners to collect on. So far so good though. I think having collected 1 berry does mean Pocket's gonna have to get creative with this last berry.
Okay. Still looks okay for Pocket. Remember, this is Pocket's 3rd 1-up, so if Pocket hits this, Pocket just wins 1-up in 3 chapters and wastes the next minute of Plix's time.
Did Pocket get the 4A 1-up? Or...
Oh no, Pocket didn't get the 4A 1-up. Oh no! Oh, right.
Yeah, that was a very close... Came down
yeah,
to, like,
wait, that's gonna matter here, isn't it? Because now Plix is on a 2nd 1-up, and will probably look to 5A for the 3rd. Oh, this is gonna be really tight. I don't know who wins this objective. No, Pocket.
Oh, no. Can you backtrack up through there? Oh, I think Pocket's just gonna finish the chow.
Yeah, Pocket's gonna finish it out. I hope Pocket knows that 1-up in 3 chapters is contested. Plix! Oh, my head.
Wow. That was a little too close for comfort. So is this a 45 berries race that we're seeing? What are the total berry counts we're looking at right now?
27.
Pocket's way ahead, I think. Oh, Pocket has 45.
Pocket has 45. That makes that easy. Okay, so
Pocket has not picked it.
So
it is not going for the 3rd 1-up.
Yeah, this is okay. I mean, there's 35 berries on the board, so this makes sense to go for it. But
yeah,
if Plix hits this 1-up, and again, it's 5A 1-up, anything can happen here.
Anything can happen with 5A 1-up.
Like, this is probably one of the objectives that I think players should be least confident in going into this match. Like, you can get consistent at secret kills, you can get consistent at Flurby, you can get consistent at intro call and remembered even. But 5A 1-up, all it takes is 1 mistake.
Yeah, 1-ups can always be a problem.
Plix is pausing repeatedly just to give themselves time to think. It's a common strategy from Plix.
Yeah, it's something you'll see a lot from Plix, where they'll just pause and just kind of take a moment to think about what to input next. And as long as it works and keeps them alive, I think it's worth it.
Plix going this way. This is the 5th berry. We've seen chokes to this berry before, and 1-up in 3 chapters turns pink.
It is now... That is something that Pocket would have really wanted, but I think Pocket gets all berries start of 5A, so...
Gets it. Doesn't delay it, but still... I don't know. Okay, Plix counters by going into Reflection. Yeah, Reflection because that's on the board. This seems reasonable to go for.
I think there's just so much late game. Even if it's late game, it's going to be tough for Pocket to contest it.
Yeah, I think I would agree with that.
So Plix, I think, will be getting 7 binos between 6A and 7A. We'll be getting Reflection Cassette. We'll have good progress to 20 in 7A, 2,500 meters, and 2,000 berries. That's 5 objectives.
That's enough to win the game.
Yeah, I think this one's Plix's game, barring any progress catch-ups.
The thing is, will Plix realize that?
Yeah,
because it's so hard to tell during bingo just where your opponent is, and I will be surprised if Plix is 100% confident that Pocket is not like in Summit.
Yeah, it's possible Plix thought that Pocket played 1, 2, 3, 4A and might be able to contest this late game.
Yeah, Plix just can't know. Oh yeah, Plix also doesn't know that Pocket. Oh no, Plix will know from 5 berries in full and how fast that was.
Yeah, I think there's enough information.
That's such a hard decision to even realize. Oh, but Pocket has access to Bleeby Bino. Wait, this is a 1 bino in 5 chapters play.
I think that's solid. You kind of, if you can get the 1 in 5 and even maybe 7 binos, that'd be huge for Pocket.
But I'm counting. Assuming Pocket got. Wait, Plix is at 2 binos.
That's not a lot.
This is 7 binos is almost winnable for Pocket. But the 6B?
This is
why?
A bino play or
why? This it takes a minute to get the binos in this chapter.
6B star binos are decent. I guess it makes sense for binos, but it is.
Plix isn't even gonna win 1 bino in 5.
Yeah, so Pocket has 2A, 4A, 5A, 5B, 3B as their 5
yes,
binos. That's
5B is solid. It, and oh wait, no, is Plix gonna win 1 bino in 5? Wait, oh no, I have no idea. Oh, it's gonna be so tight.
This is close. This could come down to Pocket's chances of staying in this match.
Oh no, okay. And that's Pocket's 5th bino.
Teal. That's huge.
That's huge. But Pocket still needs 7 binos to stay in this game.
Yeah, I think.
Which you can get in farewell right now. Technically.
Yeah, I think Pocket needs to read that 7 binos has to happen right now.
Or not farewell maybe, but 1B for 2 blue 2 red. I don't know. I'm trying to like create a win condition for Pocket, and it's extremely tough. But
it's 7 binos and then every other objective that's not in Summit.
Yeah, exactly. Does Plix win 7 binos? Plix is at 3. There are 3 incredibly fast binos in 500 meters, and then there's 1 in 1K, which takes an extra minute to get to. And we see Pocket rushing binos here. So
yes, please keep this game alive. How many binos has Pocket not grabbed yet is the question. So that's 6.
6.
Is there any more
has
in
Pocket
4A?
grabbed Shrine Bino? Seems like the answer is
Farewell.
yes, because Pocket's going farewell.
There's
no, Plix has 5 binos. Plix has 5.
So Plix doesn't have enough in.
No, Plix does have enough in 500 meters, and
7
the objective
binos
turns
goes pink.
Oh, and that I think dashes Pocket's hopes for staying in this game. Unfortunately.
Yeah, it's tough to pull 7 binos together from the chapters Pocket's been in.
Huh? Why?
Okay.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, and Plix just plays on Summit, and it's an effective GG because Pocket is just nowhere near close enough to contest. Yeah, 7 binos really needed to go that way.
Yeah, I think 7 binos was a bit of a sleeper in my mind. I never realized how important it might have been this game, but I think a lot ended up coming down to those bino objectives.
Yeah, I mean, it was tough because Pocket committed a lot to 3A really early, maybe a bit more than he needed to, like playing out Shaft for Theo and Elizabeth Cassette.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to cut off things that Plix was hoping to get, like bino objectives or, well, progress.
Yeah, I think if Pocket wanted to play the non-progress, I think 7 binos and 1 up in 3 chapters had to have gone their way, and then this would honestly probably be a Pocket favorite match.
I mean, I think with one more objective here as Pocket, it's winnable, and with two more objectives, it's favored for Pocket.
Yeah,
certainly.
And I think Pocket would have had the 1-up in 3 chapters aside from that unfortunate mishap in 4 1-ups.
That one hurt to watch.
Yeah, it's sad that ended up mattering.
Had the Bailey train and just collected them all a little bit too early.
But I think it goes to show that Pocket did have a very winnable route, despite routing very uniquely, which is always good to see. It just came down to a couple small ticks that went the other way.
So yeah, this is unfortunately a single elimination bracket, so Pocket will be out of the tournament after this first game, which is really sad because Pocket gave a great showing here.
Yeah, I think it's always cool to see players having to think on their toes, seeing Pocket like being behind in progress and just going into resort, completely routing very uniquely. That's always good to see. Just unfortunate that Flix was able to get enough key objectives to win through Summit.
Hey, Flix is getting a lot of berries here.
Yeah, you'll get to 8 or 16 out of 20.
Okay, Pocket's like, what, 3 minutes behind in progress? Is there a word where Pocket, like, skips 2,000 meter? Oh, no, Pocket's going berries. I was gonna say, is there a word where Pocket just plays any percent, skips 2,000 meter berries, and wins 2,500? But no.
That would be an incredible play. But yeah, maybe if we go back to 3A, instead of playing that end of 3A beyond huge mess berries, if Pocket did more progress, is there a world where they would have been even in Summit right now, maybe? I don't know.
Maybe. I mean,
that's tough to say.
it's impossible to guess what ifs, but
yeah.
I mean, with a like slightly over 2 checkpoint advantage for Plix. So Plix is still going for a lot of berries.
So would Pocket's chances have been different if they didn't backtrack Resort? Is that what you're saying? By playing Resort? Yeah, I think Resort first pass would have been interesting. If you're behind and you keep playing 4A, I wonder what you do on this board.
I mean,
like instead of going back and playing 3A, did Pocket have any other options? It's tough to
say, yeah.
We should have just Sterilin.
Yeah, at this point, we just have to wait the game out, I think.
Yeah, progress can end up mattering. I think this board had a lot of late Summit, and it's hard to value Summit when you see like 2,500, 2,000 meter berries, but that Summit value ended up being very strong for Plix in the end. I think like when you make a non-progress play and kind of have to backtrack in the early game, like oftentimes your win condition is just get every objective that isn't past Temple, which can be very tough to route sometimes.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's your only option, like if your opponent's ahead, like what else can you do?
And we do see Plix going for 2,000 meter berries.
I think 8-winged would go Pocket's favor just because Pocket has the 3A.
Oh yeah, 8-winged is certainly winnable for Pocket. The problem is Plix doesn't need 8-wing to win.
Also, I feel like something interesting that happened earlier in this game was Plix skipping Awake Without Dashing. I think that ended up mattering a decent amount because it made Pocket think that they had a progress advantage because they got Awake Without Dashing.
Wow. Yeah, the definitely unintentional genius play from Plix to lull Pocket into a false sense of security.
Whether it was intentional or not, I think it made Pocket skip 3A and then end up behind in progress in 3A and put Pocket in the bad situation they had where they had to backtrack. So interesting how small things like that could end up mattering late in the game.
I mean, technically none of the 7A objectives have switched color. Does Plix have 20 berries?
I think very close. It looks like somewhere in the teens when Plix checked.
Oh,
and yeah, there's 20.
And this is... I get the feeling Pocket will call GG at the 2,000 meter berries tick, if nothing else.
Yeah, I think that's enough to prove that your opponent is solidly ahead.
Yeah, Pocket did not get all the berries, so Pocket was not that close to 27A, I think.
Yeah, it's tough to play so far from behind from Summit. I mean, Pocket made the right read, saw that, hey, Plix has full 3 objectives here in Summit, I have to contest Summit, but just too far behind at that point.
Yeah. Well, that's the way the bingo goes sometimes.
Yeah,
and with that, 2,000 meter berries gets ticked, and presumably we see a GG call, or Pocket might decide just to play it out for the tournament game.
Yeah, sometimes just give a little bit of a show for the audience. Let the game go to 13 for once.
And yeah, we don't see a GG call, so it seems like this game will continue on for a little bit.
We'll get to see some nice, a nice exhibition of 2,500 meter berries. And I do think that if just one more objective went Pocket's way, which could have been 7 binos, could have been the 1 up in 3 chapters, then Plix wouldn't be able to win off of Summon alone, and that would have made this a very different game.
Yeah, I mean, Pocket would need to win, like, all of 8 winged, 2 blue, 2 red, and Leech Event Horizon, which is a lot to ask for.
But not the worst. Pocket played through 5B and has access to 3B, so you do 3B as your second B side. That's already not too bad, I feel like. And then also has the winged advantage from playing 3A, I feel like. Might have came down to a farewell race, who knows.
Yeah, sort of. You play 5B and then 500 meter wings and then grab the other wings for 8 wings. And then you can play out 3B and hopefully win an Event Horizon race or something.
Yeah. So even though I think this was a very close game, just the summit execution, progress advantage ended up mattering.
In the meantime, it seems like Pocket has actually made up like significant ground.
Yeah, Pocket was multiple checkpoints behind, I feel like, at the beginning, and is now only a few minutes behind.
Yeah, I feel like if Pocket had skipped all the berries, this might have actually been winnable.
That would have been crazy, so much content.
But that's this. I mean, we're talking a lot of hypotheticals at that point.
And Plix closing in on the last 3 berries. We've seen a good performance from Plix. I know I've been talking a lot about just like Pocket's routing just because they had the more interesting routing, but Plix has just played solidly. I think picked good times to contest berry objectives, such as like the 1 up in 3 chapters, and that ended up mattering a lot. So good job to Plix for realizing which objectives they needed to steal from Pocket.
Yeah, I mean, and the game is over. The only way this goes south is if Plix goes into 3,000 meters and has to lose that chapter.
That would have been amazing. So GG to Plix, and I think Pocket had to kind of play reactively that game and almost was able to pull it off, but Plix ended up just having a lot of summit objectives to get.
One objective sometimes makes a difference. GG. So, and congrats to both runners. Plix moves on to, well, I guess quarterfinals is what that is.
Congratulations, Plix and GG. Pocket. You both played great. I think it was a good match.
And who do we have up next? Oh, Satellite Sam versus Echo Chris. Oh boy.
Echo Chris and I go way back. I'm excited for this one. We see 2 R's in chat for the bingo board. I think we'll be getting into this very soon.
Yep. Game 2 out of 4 today. And we're about to get the card revealed on stream.
Oh, a little bit of an issue with the bingo board. Player seeing one of the old cards. I think we might have to regen this card, but no big deal.
No, that seems good.
Oh, we got
Usually you just refresh in that situation.
Gotcha. All right, now we have our board on stream. Let's take a look. There's just 1 ace start berries and 1 up in 3 chapters. Let's see that pretty early on. 1 up in 3 chapters, 1 ace start berries, 1 up in 5A. Interesting. Those are some quick synergies.
Reasonable objectives. There's also like sort of nice with 20 berries, the fastest big berry objective on the board.
Yeah, and I think Chris has been playing some ARB lately, if I remember correctly, so we might see some tendency to go towards berries there from him.
But as far as like the mid game, late game goes, this board just feels extremely
empty.
Yeah, scattered, I think is the word I would have used.
Definitely.
There's objectives in a lot of different places.
Grab the start of 4A, all berries to cliff face, give some good early and late ridge things to go for that don't slow you down a whole lot.
Yeah, I think just in the absence of anything better, this is going to be a progress board. This is funny to say.
Did satellite is sorry, okay, there's just delay between the 2 streams. I was like, why is Sam 10 seconds ahead? But that's because the streams just have different latency. My bad. Bingo player learns how bingo works. We do see Chris taking a death in prologue.
Wait, huh? I did not catch that. Okay.
It is something I have done many times. When you're in a bingo match, sometimes you're reading the board in prologue, and you might just take a quick, small death. It's kind of scary. I think in the grand scheme of things, it's no different than just dying in 1A, but it feels so much worse when it's prologue.
Well, I think it might matter because, well, Sam seems to be going for 1-up with start berries in 1A, and I'm absolutely positive Chris will mimic that play.
Yeah, I think you still gotta go for 1-up.
So that prologue death might have
been a lot, yeah. And we do see it turn teal. That prologue death might have mattered, I would agree.
We'll have to see if Chris decides to commit to this 1-up for 1-up in 3 chapters or just stop.
Yeah, you might still want to finish it. We'll see.
Chris is sort of collecting in a couple places. Chris, I don't think you can get the 1-up without going into Chasm at this point.
We'll see. Could grab it in crossing. We're still alive though. This is good. This is good. We still have 3 berries. This is very winnable.
Yeah, carrying a 1-up into Chasm, if you don't know what you're doing, is not particularly easy.
I would like to think this is a play towards 20 berries, just grabbing as many berries as possible, getting ahead on berry counter. This was
okay.
This is looking good, though.
Misgivings,
I think we're gonna see.
That
was impressive. It holds the 1-up together against all odds, and honestly, not too far behind in progress, and is ahead on berry counter. So, as all things go, that was very, very well put together. It held it together with no one. When it looked very, very scary.
Despite my misgivings, that seems to have worked out surprisingly well.
Yeah, only a few seconds behind. I'm very impressed. I think like oftentimes I'll get tilted in a situation like that, and I'll just be like, I can't do this 1-up and just collect. But holding it together, going all the way to Chasm, you love to see it.
Yeah, I mean that's big, and we're gonna see Sam go for another 1-up in 2A.
Yeah, I think this will lose a decent amount of time, so we'll see what Chris ends up deciding.
I mean, this is the second board in a row we get 1-up in 3 chapters. And the thing is, 1-up in 3 chapters is one of those objectives which is so different at the advanced and expert level than it is at the beginner and intermediate level. Because when you're a beginner or an intermediate, you see 1-up in 3 chapters and you go, oh, heck no. But at the expert level, you see that and you go, okay, that's something I have to work towards as I play.
Yeah, I think it's you have a lot more capability with 1-ups once you get to the higher levels, but there's always the chance with a 1-up of dropping it, dying randomly.
We see Sam with a small barely lead, but Chris has reversed the progress lead after 2A 1-up.
Yeah, so I think what we could end up seeing is Chris going for maybe like start a 4A grabless while Sam gets 20 berries, 1-up in 3 chapters. We'll see.
It's possible. Yeah.
What do you get from a progress advantage on this board? I feel like there's a decent amount of things you can go for.
You get cliff face stuff.
Yeah, I think grab a start of 4A and cliff face if you're ahead are both pretty strong.
1-up 5A is sort of slow, but you can go for it. Same with Mila Tempo Blue Hide. It loses a bit of time, but they're both reasonable.
Definitely. I think Chris might still have a good shot at 20 berries because Sam is at 15 right now, and Chris is also at 15.
Oh, Chris grabbing a couple berries in intervention.
Yeah, I think all those extra berries in 1A ended up really helping Chris's berry counter. Like I said, an intentional play all along. Chris was thinking leagues ahead.
Exactly. We do see a very nice awake out of Chris.
Yeah, I think the progress is going to end up helping him get some objectives in here. About a whole awake checkpoint difference.
That's, well, picking checkpoints in the game. That's definitely not the one I would consider to be significant, but...
yeah, not very large. Probably the shortest. Bingo is extremely stressful, and having to execute 1-ups in the pressure of a match is one of the hardest things in all of Bingo.
Yeah, I also know for Sam, it must be stressful playing against Chris, who you know is so much faster than you.
Yeah, there's a very interesting dynamic when you know you're playing against a faster player. Like, do you have to skip objectives in order to stay even with them? I think it's a very interesting play.
Sam not turning on Globulus?
I think that's a good example of how when you think you're like playing against someone who's faster than you, you might skip some early objectives in order to even the playing field.
And yeah, Sam's just going to go for 1-up in 4A and 20...
Does not go for 1-up in 4A.
No, not 1-up in 4A, but is going to go for 20 berry. Oh, this is a berry race. Chris dies with a berry? Or
I think it's going to be tough for Chris to get to 20 now in this checkpoint, so might just go for Grabless 4A start.
Skipping this berry. Probably going to rush Grabless 4A start. 18 to 9 to 18 to 18.
It still hasn't ticked. Who's going to get it? And it goes teal. Chris was very close to getting the berries. But now still has a good progress lead, so I think we'll...
Well, a good progress lead consisting of all of 15 seconds, which, you know. And yet, I suspect that that's only going to widen as this chapter goes on. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
Cliff Face Berries is on the board. Sam knows he's behind, so that might also be something to skip.
Yeah, I think the Cliff Face Berries is a very interesting objective because you can save the last berry for last and then just kind of go back for it if you haven't seen it get ticked off yet. So...
And we also see Sam just getting this hit early. Normally you don't get full A hit because it's...
like a 15-second setback, more or less.
Yeah, it takes a while and it's pretty fast loading in from the checkpoint. Sam decides, okay, I see 5 hits on the board, I see 6 hits on the board, I see 5 blue hits on the board, I'm going to do it anyways.
Yeah, I think hearts are surprisingly powerful here.
I think understanding when to break bingo rules and bingo guidelines like that is the sort of thing that separates beginner and intermediate from advanced.
Yeah, there are so many hearts. Just get it up front so that you can start working to those hard objectives.
Sam is struggling. Is there a word as... No. I'm trying to think what you do as Satellite Sam here. Knowing that you're probably behind in progress, you're messing up a little bit in full A. This is someone who is not likely to mess up in full A.
Yeah, so what's going to go Chris's way, I guess, is what we have to think about. I think we'll probably see Cliff Face Berries, we'll probably see 1-up in 5A. And then once you see those ticks as Sam, do you keep going into 5A? It might
As
be
Sam,
tough.
do you just like skip Cliff Face, skip the 1-up, and lush Mila Tempo Blue Hat, and then go for the Heart Synergy?
Maybe. I think hearts are powerful. Yeah, Chris has been having good backups. I think it's one thing to make mistakes when you're nervous, but what really sets apart a good bingo player is if they can make a mistake and move on from it well.
Yeah. And with that, we see Kliss holding, well, about a 40-second lead.
Yeah, that's solid. That's
Fulling.
about how much the heart added on to Sam's time, so been keeping pace, just started behind.
Yeah, fair enough.
So now Chris will probably backtrack for that last Cliff Face Berry.
That seems reasonable.
Yeah.
And yeah, we do see Sam just ignoring the Cliff Face Berries, which, yeah.
Makes sense. I think Chris
no, just getting the fast ones.
Yeah, Cliff Face Berries got ticked really early, so there's probably a good bit of delay there. But we'll just be watching Chris in the past. So we're now at an even game. I think this could go either way. It's been a back and forth early game, starting to get into more mid-game decision making.
Mm-hmm.
I think one sentiment that I hear a lot, including something I feel, is that mid-game bingo is one of the hardest, if not the hardest, place to play in all of a bingo match. Once you start getting past
I would agree.
tempo,
because in mid-game in mid-game you're actually held accountable for your choices and your decisions. In late game, sometimes you just have to do guesswork, and that makes it less stressful. But
yeah,
in mid-game,
it's just a 50-50 in late game.
But in mid-game, you've got to think to yourself, am I making the right call? Am I screwing up?
Mm-hmm.
What do I do?
Yeah. I think there's often like a good five different objectives you can pick from or so in mid-game, and it's about picking whichever ones are the fastest, whichever ones you think your opponent's not going to lock you out of. And that's really hard sometimes.
Okay, so we do see Sam commit to the 1-up, which I'm not sure how I feel about that. I guess it does finish out 1-up in 3 chapters, but that matters for Mila Tempo Blue Hat. And for the blue... Oh, nope, Sam aborting upon seeing the tick.
Yeah. Chris picks up another 1-up in 5A. And now, I think because of all that time spent on the 1-up, they're close in 5A progression.
Well, no, Kliss still has some stream delay, if you can see the IGT. So Kliss is still
like 10 seconds
a small bit ahead.
Mm-hmm. But as far as stream goes, we're now synced up. I love this.
Yes.
Unlocking the door at the exact same time.
GSA. Okay.
GSA. It's a fake GSA, but it's a nice one to see, nonetheless. Oh, they broke it with the depths corner boost, but for a while they were matched.
Sam going for depths corner boost a couple of different times. Doesn't hit it, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but Kliss is going for cassette, and Sam is rushing Blue Heart. Oh, this might be enough to make the difference.
Yeah, I think this would probably give Blue Heart to...
Yeah, all of a sudden, if assuming Sam doesn't go cassette, and if you want to go cassette and Blue Heart, then it's faster to go cassette. So I don't think Sam is going cassette.
Yeah. What's the plays between 5A and 5B? Because you can get Rescue Berry in 5A. That's not bad at all.
I think the play is to like unlock unraveling and then not do either.
Start backtracking and playing the
there's 2 keys in 2 chapters which you can get immediately in 3A. There's All Berries Crossing, which works with 5 Blue Hearts.
I like that.
There's just a lot of synergy that comes out of here. Also,
yeah, All Berries Crossing is a good one.
Also, Kliss struggling with this cassette loom a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Happens to the best of us. Cassettes are hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what are we looking at for like Resort? There's honestly some good stuff there. We got Theo and Elevator Shaft, Grabless Presidential Suite, access to a good Blue Heart. Maybe not a priority now, but something we can start to look at later.
Yeah.
2 keys and 2.
There are a couple objectives in there. I mean, it's worth playing for 2 keys and 2 alone. That objective is like 20 seconds.
Yeah.
As Sam, I'm expecting a quit out after unlocking Unraveling, and I'm expecting Sam to either go Crossing Berries or 3A. Or 1-up in 3 chapters. That's also possible, but I think one of those two is more likely.
We also have kill 3 Seekers, and that's maybe a good objective. Maybe kill your Seekers, then quit out of Temple. I think that's not a priority, but could happen.
Speaking of, Icarus is in 5B. There are 3 killable Seekers.
But Icarus is also grabbing keys. Could this be a 2 keys and 2 play?
Oh wait, it definitely is. But Cliss doesn't have the other.
Yeah, it doesn't have a second 2 keys.
Yeah, because Cliss did not get 5A Blue Hat, and so
this is fun to think.
If Sam goes 3A right now, 2 keys and 2. Also, Cliss struggling with this key.
Sam going 2A. Maybe...
Yeah, this loom can be very annoying if you don't have a consistent setup for it.
Sam, I think, is picking up the last 1-up here.
Okay. Not what I really wanted to see here. I think 1-up in 3 chapters. 1-up in 3 chapters. It is a contested objective, but it's a risky one compared to 2 keys and 2 or crossing berries, and it doesn't work towards other things like 2 keys and 2 and crossing berries do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's just something that Sam's been working to a lot this game and just wants to finish it off, but maybe not the priority. We'll see.
It's hard. It's hard to make those judgment calls between objectives. What exactly do I go for in mid game? And considering Cliss might not have the time to punish Sam for it, so this might be okay.
Yeah. I think this is one of those games where I just don't know what's gonna happen. I'm trying to predict things in my head. There's just so many options. I'm at a loss.
There's a lot of good options. Okay, so 1-up in 3 chapters from Sam will get ticked off soon. Okay. Maybe.
I think Chris is going for a progress play while Sam is going very much for the non-progress.
Sam, you have 1-up in 3. No, you don't have 1-up in 3 chapters because he's never got 1A 1-up.
Oh, did he fail to collect
Cliss got the 1-up. The extremely amusing 1A 1-up. And Sam did
just got 1A Starberries without finishing the 1-up?
Yeah, sorry, I had them confused in my head. But now we have a... Yeah, well, now I'm even less certain about 1-up in 3 chapters. I just don't think Sam is realizing how good 2 keys and 2 is.
Yeah, 2 keys and 2 is nice. You can allow yourself to get some resort progress, which resort's got some pretty good objectives.
Sam did get 1A 1-up.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah. No. Wait. What am I saying?
Sam should be taking 1-up in 3 chapters.
Sam, you have a 1-up in 3 chapters. No, you don't. You didn't get a 1-up in 5A. Oh my god.
No, we have 2A. You guys. We have 1A, 2A, and 1A, 2. Yeah. No, that's correct.
I'm sorry. I'm confusing this game with the last game, and that 1-up in 3 chapters, and I'm trying to figure out who's who. It's just a little bit of a
commentators have a hard job. Cut us some slack. This is fine.
Get new commentator, please no.
Don't fire me. This is my only income. All right, we see Sam gets the 1-up in 3 chapters. Has not ticked it yet.
Okay. Meanwhile, Cliss finishes out kill 3 Seekers. Sam, you need to do 2 keys and 2. Sam!
Going into... I think, did Sam finish? Oh, Sam didn't finish Unraveling.
No, Sam finished Unraveling. I saw Unraveling TikTok. Oh. Why are you here?
Yeah, no, that did happen.
Why are you here? Did you forget you got the blue hat? Are you going to get the blue hat again?
Maybe going for 5B, but I think 5A is...
5A is just as good, and you've seen Cliss tick off kill 3 Seekers. You're not winning progress.
I think 5A is honestly not bad at all here. Alright, looking forward for Chris. I think 0-meter berries is a very fast pickup. We can also...
no, hold on. Cliss should be getting 2 keys and 2.
I think
someone should be getting 2 keys and 2. Get this 2 keys objective. Someone. Please.
Yeah, I guess 2 keys and 2 is only 30 seconds in.
Less than that. It's 15.
Well, yeah, I guess. Oh, because Chris can get the 5A second key, right?
No, the second key in 3A is 15 seconds in. Well, okay, it's 20.
Yeah, let's go 25. Split the difference. But no, it's definitely not a huge time commitment. Crossing berries is a little more. I guess will Sam be going for 5 B keys here? Maybe that's what the routing is.
Actually, okay, wait, no. Yeah, Sam is going for 5 B keys. Okay, thank goodness. Wait, please. Please actually get the key. Okay, thank goodness. Alright, yeah, that makes sense.
These new key objectives are definitely very strange to route around. I love how they end up playing out a lot of the time.
Alright.
Okay, so 2 keys and 2 does go teal. I think that's
fair, but in the meantime, Kliss gets crossing berries, which in my opinion is just a blunder for Sam because, well, not a blunder, but I feel like Sam had a great opportunity to get that objective.
Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely like, I feel like for Chris, maybe after going for the 5 B keys, should have put more weight on 2 keys and 2, but still not the end of the world. And we will...
Maybe.
We do know that Chris has some late crossing berries because of his very well-executed 1A, so I don't mind going for this, just finishing off the objective.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it seems reasonable. Alright. I'm just gonna take a second to calm down.
Yeah,
take a deep breath.
Both players are making good plays. There's just always a play that, as commentators, you just want to see the players go for, and when they don't, it gets to you, but I don't think any player's been playing poorly.
Mm-hmm. Alright, in the meantime, Kliss is going to be going for Reflection Cassette.
Very solid. Calm down, I would agree.
That seems reasonable. There's also some stuff in Summit. Actually, there's a lot of stuff in Summit. There's 0 meter berries.
Yeah, I think having the progression advantage is pretty strong for Chris. You can clean up Reflection Cassette and probably still be ahead going into 7A.
Mm-hmm.
Both players ended up very, very unusually going for a lot of objectives, and I think we're starting to get to the point where we're even on objectives, but that progress is going to start giving Chris more objectives in the grand scheme of things.
That's true. I mean, what advantages does Sam have in compensation? Sam has 5A blue hat, which actually matters for 5 heads and for 5 blue heads.
And we'll be getting another heart with 5B, so both players will be even to 2A sides, 2B sides.
And 3A, 3B. That's also an objective. Actually, there's just a lot of head synergy here.
Yeah, hearts are kind of awesome. Wonder if Chris will be deciding to go into 7A or maybe pick up some blue hearts. I don't know.
I think either is reasonable.
Good luck to all bashers who aren't Ickle Chris. Thank you, Meta. What's wrong with Chris? Everyone likes Chris. He's just like the friendly punching bag. We like him in a good way. Everyone likes punching bags.
Alright, and we see Chasm without dashing. Surely this will go well.
Likes Chris.
Chasm without dashing is one of those objectives that can be very good or very bad, and considering Kliss
and I've never died to it.
Considering Kliss does not seem okay, just wings it and gets a second fight.
That was awesome. But this might mean that Sam's gonna potentially just go into Summit and snipe those 0 meter berries, depending on how long this takes Chris, I think.
Yeah, this is going to be effectively 7-5, but Sam is getting an extra, 10 seconds.
Yeah, this is just a very back and forth game.
And the question is, can Sam make 10 seconds count? No. If the answer is no.
Oh, going into Chasm without dashing. This is unfortunate for Sam. I think you might even expect your opponent to be in Summit at this point, so maybe you're not wanting to go Summit.
I can't even fault this. This seems like a decent play from Sam.
I think Chris ends up getting it. Turns orange. Let's see what happens.
The objective turns orange, and what do you even do here?
Summit's got some quick stuff. Resort's got some longer term stuff. I think B-sides and hearts are probably one of the better synergies you can go for here.
Sam is lashing 0 meter berries. Kliss is thinking and then lashing 0 meter berries. Oh, does that 3 seconds of pause matter?
I don't know. I think hearts are still one of the best things you can go for on this board.
You say that. There's also 4 things in Summit, so...
That's true. Yeah, I guess Summit and hearts are the 2 routes left on this board, the 2 synergies.
As Sam, you're behind, you need to double dip, you need a little bit of both.
Mm-hmm.
Sam knows the 0 meter demo, and Kliss doesn't go for it. That might decide this match. I mean, that might decide this race.
Yeah, just the match is far from over.
Yeah, just definitely not decide the match. That's a big objective. 2A, 2 B-sides is big, and if I remember right, Sam got like 2A cassette.
Yeah.
Earlier. So
yes, that's correct.
That's another opportunity for Sam to catch up a slight bit.
I think this is the last berry for Sam.
Alright, does Kliss finish 0 meters or quit out?
Ugh, that's a good question.
I think you quit out and rush a B-side.
Yeah, that might be smart.
But that's a
rush
head
a B-side, then grab all your blue hearts or something. I don't know. If you go for 5 blue hearts right now, you get 3 objectives. Plus, I don't know. This is so hard to think.
Yeah, it's true. Oh, it's so tough to make this decision. But I'll let 5 easy blue hearts to access. But I guess Kliss does have 6A blue hat.
I think this is okay. This is a B-side play from Sam, which I understand. Hearts are very strong.
And then Kliss plays out Summit. I think that's reasonable. You are good at Summit. You know you're good at Summit. Play Summit.
So
I can respect it.
Let's project this out a little. Say Chris gets Summit cassette and 1500 meter berries. It goes up to 9. Sam gets 2A, 2 B-sides, then starts going for hearts. I think that gets Sam to 10 objectives. Might be interesting.
Yeah. Sam's favored towards 3A, 3 B-sides, which is 11. Kliss is favored towards 3K berries.
That's 10, so...
I think it comes down to 3A?
Resort, yeah. Resort has a good blue heart, so we might see Sam incentivized to go there.
Well, no. Sam has access to blue hearts in 1... Oh, no, Sam doesn't have access to blue heart in 6A. So yeah, we might see Sam rush blue hearts. But we also might see blue hearts get split because Sam is spending so much time in 2B. Because
Chris is making any progress towards hearts right now.
It's possible Sam gets 5 and 6 heads, and then Kliss gets 5 blue heads using the reflection advantage.
That is true. I can't understand this board.
There's so much going on here.
Enjoy the game.
Oh, this is extremely close.
Yeah, there's just a lot of strong plays on this board, and I think anything can happen at this point. Very good W for the new generator for bingo. Chris closing in on 2 pretty solid objectives. I think Sam closing in on the 2A, 2B sides. I'm liking these B-side strats.
You don't know who to watch? You don't want to look away from either? Me neither. And I'm a commentator, so it's worse. Alright, Sam takes off 2A, 2B. In the meantime, Kliss works towards Summit cassette and 1500 meter berries.
Yeah.
This is reasonable. Sam is rushing heads, just like we said.
Makes sense. How long will it take to finish the hearts?
Alright, so realistically, Kliss should delay Summit cassette.
Yeah,
I don't know if Kliss will.
Well, if you see your opponent taking like all B-side stuff, you have a little bit of buffer.
That's
if you can bait your opponent into Summit, that would be huge. So yeah.
I mean, yeah, because Sam has ticked off the latest Summit objective, so Sam doesn't know Kliss is in Summit at all. You can maybe guess just from the lack of other objectives getting ticked off, but Sam has an objective lead now, but is working at an information deficit. Exactly the opposite of how it was in mid-game. Bingo, people. Boy. Bingo.
Bingo is real, and it can't hurt you. 6 hearts goes teal.
Yes, Summit cassette without the tick-off, so yeah, you're right.
Oh, man. Yeah, I think a lot of this game,
6 heads is going to turn teal.
A lot of this game is going to come down to what
3A,
Sam decides. Sam does go 3A. That's very, very big because...
Oh, yeah.
This gives Sam 5 blue hearts, good progress to Theo and elevator shaft, and grab a suite.
No, this gives Sam... Yeah, this gives Sam 5 blue hearts.
12 objectives, which is not 13 yet.
With 3A, 3B sides, it is 13.
That is true.
And it is really scary to look at this board as Chris and just say, I need to get everything on the board.
Yeah, that's a tough spot to play from.
Okay.
I almost missed that berry for Chris.
Yeah, I think this is slowly leaning towards being Sam favored now.
I think that's because of all the heart synergies.
Yeah, that's possible. I mean, Chris is also spending a little bit more time in Summit than I think he had hoped for.
Mm-hmm. That should be the last berry. It's gonna finish the checkpoint. Makes sense.
Yeah, 3K access. That seemed reasonable. Yeah, and there's the takeoffs from Chris.
I think that gives Sam all the information he needs to just keep playing 3A.
Yeah, this is left. Okay, what's left on the board here? All collectibles 8A, less Berry, 3K, 3A, 3B.
This is gross.
Yeah, that is disgusting.
Yeah, I think.
And yeah, I mean we see Chris trailing into 3A. Yeah, it's as Chris. If you don't get 3A, you lose. So you play 3A just in case Sam is doing something crazy, like rushing the other B side.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah, I wanna maybe think, when did this game like change momentum? What was the turning
I think it was Chris deciding to go for Chasm without dashing.
Instead of maybe Summit or what?
Yeah, instead of Summit, and then ending up losing 0 meters, and also not being ahead to blue heads, or not prioritizing heart synergy after that.
Yeah, I think the heart synergy was just so many quick objectives. Within a span of like 5 minutes, I think Sam got 4 objectives from heart. Or maybe not 4. Yeah, pretty much. At 13:58:18, we got 2A, 2B sides. At 14:02, we got 5 blue hearts from Sam. That's a span of 4 minutes, 4 objectives. That's a very, very big swing, especially for this late into the game.
Yeah, I mean, by contrast, Chris played like 6 minutes of Summit for 2 objectives, which oftentimes in Bingo you cannot compare things according to just objectives versus time. But in terms of determining how powerful synergies are, that's oftentimes a good way of gauging how good a synergy is by saying, how many objectives do I get per how much time?
Definitely. The hearts just get you so many objectives that you can all work towards together. But I wonder if there was ever an opening for Chris to steal the heart synergies, right? Maybe if Chris went after 5B.
It was tough. I don't know. I just think Chris committed to Reflection Cassette and Chasm without dashing before the more synergy heavy plays, and just leaving those for Sam and trying to dip your feet in the, well, more in the stuff with more value.
Yeah. And that's probably one of the hardest things to do in Bingo. Like, figure out where the value is, where to get the fastest.
Shaft gets ticked off. Chris just looking around, thinking, okay, how do I come back here? And the answer is, well,
I don't know.
With
now
much
we
difficulty.
Going for the 3A, 3B sides.
Yeah, and so is Chris. So.
Yeah, I think it would have been tough for Chris to just full send the grab the suite knowing you're behind in Resort. Shoutouts to Max, though. I think this is a good case study in the mid-game routing, trying to find the most valuable mid-game.
It's understanding when fast single objectives are worth more than synergies, and when they're worth less. And that's really hard to do. If there was one thing I would consider the hardest thing to do in Bingo, it would be that.
Yeah, I almost feel like 5 hearts, 6 hearts, and 5 blue hearts should have been more of a priority this board, with how much like power there is there. I don't know.
Yeah, I
maybe,
think so too.
After finishing 5B, I feel like if you're Sam, you just rush hearts instead of going into summit. Maybe, I don't know.
I mean that also seems reasonable. I mean, if Sam were at 10 objectives here instead, like with a bit of extra progress, like you can win Grab with Sweet, Play A3B, Rescue Berry, and it's still completely safe as a win condition. Yeah. And you just give Chris less of an opportunity.
Yeah, so honestly, mid-game is hard. We were talking about it earlier this game, but you don't only have to pick objectives, you have to pick the most efficient objectives and hope that your opponent's not also going for them, which is very tough. I think it's like the early game, you have maybe 1, 2, 3 good routes to pick from. Late game, you have like a couple of 50-50s usually. Then mid-game is just the open ocean. You can pick anything.
Yeah. It's tough to make those calls.
Yeah, I think Sam just found the better mid game, the more efficient plays to go for.
Yeah, and sometimes that's all you need in on a bingo board.
Yeah. How many B-sides does Sam have? This is the third one.
Yeah. This game is definitely over. Sam's about to take off the A3B and has an advantage both to Grab with Sweet and to Rescue Berry. If Chris doesn't call GG, it is just to play it out.
Yeah, this sure is a lot of thinking. It's worth noting that it's hard to think of this as the commentator booth. Imagine when you're in the game, it's 10 times harder to think.
I mean, I struggled to come up with like a solid route and make those decisions until the game was over and we got to see how those decisions played out.
Yeah, one of the best ways to learn in bingo is just by routing and then learning from your routing after the game when everything makes more sense.
We see Chris and 2B just for fun, I think.
Just having a good time.
I can respect it.
Giving us a show. Yeah, it's tough to come back from that for Chris. It really did come down to really fast synergies that just gave Sam like a huge boost in objectives real fast.
And with that, Sam advances to quarterfinals. And I probably should
presidential suite.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't like call the game when the game's not over, but
the game is heavily favored in one way.
New objective: complete the same B-side twice.
That would be cool.
I could absolutely see that making it onto like a curse generator, but I don't think that'll ever make it into a real game of bingo.
Cursed bingo where every objective is just nonsense. Crouch 500 times.
You have to count.
Die in the same room 10 times for a minute straight.
Yeah. Die to Oshiro. No, die after collecting a hit.
Oh, that's a good one. That's hard sometimes. And we see the teal tick off. 1A not deathless. Interesting.
4 different colors of spinners.
Activate all the worms in 3A. Anyways, GG.
Yeah,
mid game is the hardest part of bingo.
13-9. Again, 13-9. This game is slightly closer than 13-9 makes it look. Chris just had to play in such a way that
was getting locked out
to prevent Sam from getting 13. I'm sure if Chris wanted to get 12 objectives, he certainly could have. GG.
Yeah, GG.
Right, bit of a technical issue with Bingo Sync here, but we are ready. All right, players are off. Let's have a look at the board. This Talk to Theo and Awake. We have
Anything
in Blue Heart, but
yeah, anything in 1A. Yeah, Blue Heart. And
not
1A
something
full clear.
you usually go for in the first pass, I guess.
Or collectibles as well.
Yep. And then there's 2 optional Theo cutscenes as well. We have Golden Witch, Blue Heart. There is an Unraveling and Mirror Temple A side as some synergy for later. As well as 3 1-ups. There's a lot of things you could theoretically do in City first pass. But it gives a lot of progress.
Yeah, I would expect them to just rush into 2A. And go for Theo and Awake, probably. And then maybe go back for the Theo and Crossing for the 2 optional, but like that's kind of slow, so maybe not. But I don't expect either player to go for the Blue Heart. It's kind of very slow the first time.
No. There's an interesting split in Temple here. We have 2 keys in 5B, we have Kill 3 Seekers. We also have Mirror Temple A side, Berries and Unraveling, 5 keys, and 2 keys in 5B. So, like, this will definitely be interesting. See what players go for. For now, we have both players going for 1-ups. Oh, and Quan. Not sure if he died with a berry, but this 1-up attempt is over. Jimmy, meanwhile, with the progress 1-up. Collects 1 berry.
Yeah, these are always really impressive.
And we have seen like a progress 1A, 1-up, like all matches now.
He is ahead, so like it's working.
Yeah, Quan had a little bit of a moment in crossing 1. And looks like Jimmy is going for 3 1-ups here, so that's exciting.
Yeah, and gets the 3. Wow, that's really Really
oh no, the objective search time.
Yeah, this is why
it happens.
This is why, like, if I'm doing anything City, well, usually just any objective I'm out to do, I try to remember where it is on the board.
Yeah.
And if I'm, well, yeah, this is why I don't use Bingo Client, because I was like a monitor, I can just leave my mouse over the next objective, which is really nice.
Oh, and just hover over it, yeah.
Yeah, he is going to be a bit behind. It'll be interesting to see if this affects what Quan does into any berries or anything.
Yeah, there's 50 berries in 4 and 10 berries in 4, so picking up some berries definitely makes sense, even if the 1-up objectives are gone.
And the Bino makes sense, yeah.
Yeah. But it is interesting if either player sees themselves as being behind and maybe having to leave out berries to get the Theo and Awake. Okay, yeah, it looks like Quan isn't really going for berries, but Jimmy is prioritizing them.
is pretty good play from both. Jimmy goes for the double jump ultra. That strat is so hard. Yeah, Quan will probably go for the Theo cutscene in Awake, if I had to guess. But
Yeah.
will he take it straight away? Maybe, but okay, yeah, he takes it straight away,
Yeah.
and that means Jimmy can catch up a bit by not bothering with it.
Yeah. There's no winged objectives at all, so there's no reason to make that detour there, and probably a 3A skip from both of them.
Okay, so only a little bit behind, but okay, this is interesting. Yeah, going straight for this one. I think that this makes sense. Yeah, it's just a quick objective. But I guess it's like, is that quick objective worth the 20 seconds? Maybe not.
Yeah, that said, there isn't that much.
Goes back to Awake. Why? Is that a misclick? Oh, he didn't actually finish Awake. Yeah, so this is Quan is actually really behind in progress, which
right.
kind of means Jimmy will probably get the Golden Ridge of Blue Heart first.
Yeah, but I guess by going for Theo in Awake, you already kind of give up on it. So doubling down and getting the Theo cutscenes.
I mean, not necessarily.
Makes sense.
If Jimmy got the 3 1-ups in money. That's good.
True.
And yeah, if he didn't go for the Theo cutscene in 1A, then maybe he would get this Blue Heart first. And I don't think the 2 Theo cutscenes are going anywhere, because, you know, if Jimmy doesn't get the Awake one, he's probably not going to want to get both of them in one go, which is like 40 seconds.
That is true.
It doesn't matter though. But yeah, Jimmy has about a 15-second advantage currently.
Depending on how this ceiling pop goes. But
he could have gone back to the corner. I don't know why he jumped to the left, but interesting.
Is there any reason to get this heart still? There's 6 hearts.
I don't think I would get it now, but
yeah, that's something you can go back relatively quickly later. Okay.
Yeah, he dashed. Yeah, my bad.
Waiting out and going for City Blue Heart.
Yeah, that's good, I think.
Yeah. I guess at this point, like, I still not sure what's stronger here, 5A or 5B. But if you waste a little bit of time going for miscellaneous objectives, you could wait for your opponent to signal progress to either of them.
The ceiling bob is not being nice to Quan right now.
Oh.
This, yeah, that's
right.
Very hard strat. But then it gets, wow, turn around climb jump on a trail. That is really hard.
Yeah, and progress is almost synced up now.
Yeah, he's actually ahead now. Wow. I still do like going back for the 1A heart from Jimmy, but it'll be interesting to see when he takes that off.
Yeah, it's not something you can delay forever.
Yeah, because any moment, Quan could just decide to go back.
Alright. He took it.
Really good backup of Buzz Blockless there by dashing back into the wall.
Oh, second blockless.
Just misses it, unfortunately. And then takes the block. Yeah, I wasn't paying super close attention. Maybe jumped 1 frame late or something. I don't know.
There's a normal block ultra as a backup, which is fair.
Yeah, when I was learning it, I would just take the block if I died, just so I don't lose a lot of time.
Yeah. In general, this strat looks super scary. I haven't looked into how it works at all, and it just looks insane.
It gets really consistent, paused with practice, but it's pretty hard at first. Anyway, Quan is pretty much done with 4A, so that's like a 30-second advantage at this point. So then what's in the 5A? Temple A side, 3 different Seekers. Berries and Unraveling, so I think 5A is probably the move here. It also gives you access to more keys, which could help for 5 keys. Yeah, I think I would go 5A here. Obviously 5B is faster and you get another heart.
But also, even 10 and 15 berries in 4, and... what was the other one? Okay, there was no other one, but... Yeah, all of these things just kind of add up. Is there even anything that makes sense to say rushing 5B and unlocking late game? There's berries in 2k. There's all flags in 3k.
Minus 500, 2 keys in 5B. You can also kill 3 Seekers in 5B faster, so you also get a heart, and you also progress towards 3B side. So actually, honestly, 5B is also good here. I think either play is pretty valid.
And Quan is actually going for the cassette here.
Yeah, 5B is often the safer play, so it makes sense from that perspective.
Yeah, I suppose you get the objectives quicker, or like without much of a detour. Although no wait. Just completing the A side and getting the berries and unraveling doesn't take long at all. Oh, but Jimmy also going for the cassette, so this is gonna be painful unless Quan takes this relatively soon.
I would hope he takes it immediately, but we'll see.
True, otherwise they would just split 5B, but Jimmy's definitely gonna lose a lot of time here, going into 5B.
Question is, does Quan know how to play this room?
This
Hardest room in the game.
is... yeah.
He does. Awesome.
Oh, that was quick.
60 straight away. That's what you like to see. Turns to map. Oh, okay.
That is... oh.
That's a bold play.
I mean, yeah, that is a strat. But Jimmy does not seem deterred from playing 5B.
What does that give you then? I am not sure.
Oh, okay, quits out.
I'm not sure I would be going into 3A, but interesting play.
They both go into 3A.
Wow, okay. This is very unexpected. Well, what do you get? You get 5 keys.
Oh, the 5 keys.
Oh, 5 keys straight away. Okay, that actually does make sense, because yeah, you got the one in 5A, and then you got 2 in 5B. Yeah, and there's the other 2. Okay, that makes sense, yeah. And then you have 10 berries in Pico and Complete Pico for later. You have Resort Cassette, Blue and Red in Resort. Maybe 10 berries in 4. And then I guess 3 B-sides. Okay, that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, this is also what where mid to late game gets really messy because of all the synergies.
I think I would
tell.
Yeah, I would usually just. I think I would have finished 5B, but I think this could work out as well.
Alright. Quan just unlocking huge mess and going back into 5B. See if Jimmy follows again. Yep.
This is a very interesting game.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing who of the two gets the Seekers to behave first. This is like a 3-second difference. It's crazy.
Yeah, there's been so many GSE moments in this game.
Oh, going for the door demo there.
So going for these...
Oh, Quan is... They're both not going for Seeker kills, or did I miss that?
Well, Quan certainly skipped the Seeker kill. But
Jimmy got first.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, Jimmy probably going for all three. I mean, I don't see why you wouldn't.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a pretty quick objective, if you know what you're doing.
Gets the second.
What pillar? Did I miss something?
Oh, was there a crazy pillar room strat?
Pillars or something? What? I was not watching Jimmy's side.
Yeah. Alright, the third Seeker, as always, not behaving. Alright, but gets the 3 kills.
Yeah, this Seeker is so much easier if you just throw Theo against the left wall and updash and regrab. It's like the best way to do it. Trying to neutral.
It's really hard if you don't practice or like look into the kill more. It's really hard to tell how far Theo has to be away from the door in which dimension for it to actually close.
What the hell just happened, Jimmy? Oh my.
Okay, so interestingly enough, Jimmy hasn't ticked kill 3 Seekers yet, so he doesn't expect Quan to be in 5B.
Straight into Summit from Quan, I would agree with that.
Yeah, albinos in 500 is a relatively quick objective.
Oh yeah, that is a really interesting pillar. Okay. I think it's fast as well, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I would, getting 500 meter binos out of the way and then, you have access to the Summit stuff for later. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, actually rushing 8 binos here also seems like it would make sense.
Yeah, Jimmy quits up straight away. Which makes sense.
Yeah, I think that's good. 1B? Oh, blue and red in Forsaken City.
Yeah, no, this is good. I think, this is good. Setting up for, blue and red in City and also more collectibles in 1A, actually. Hopefully he gets the berry now. Oh, unfortunately. If he got the berry there, that would have been nice, but anyway. Also, 3 B-sides and 6 hearts. Like, I think this is actually a really good
technically 8 binos, but yeah, I think Jimmy's missing the Summit binos for that.
No, I think this is pretty good. maybe unlocking 500 would be nice, but like whatever. Double Pico, true. I mean it's pretty long, so probably not for a little bit, but you know, as you get further into the game, long Pico stuff starts to seem worth, and I think it does here.
Alright, S1. Yeah, you get the 8 binos. Where do you go next? Surely you unlock 1.5k, but after that... Yeah, I guess returning to Resort and picking up Pico stuff as well as the blue heart and the cassette probably makes some sense. And Quan is also picking up more berries, but I think he's still very much behind in that. 16 berries. Not sure where Jimmy is sitting at.
Pretty solid 1B for in a bingo game.
What was that time?
149, I think.
Yeah, that is really good.
Oh no, is it? I hope it's not a Pico race, but they might just. Honestly, I think just trying to unlock the Resort cassette would be pretty reasonable here.
Doesn't look... Well, they're both not going for Pico unless...
Well, they want the blue heart. Actually, no. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, if you go this way, you clearly just don't want Pico for some time.
Yeah.
Because you don't.
And rushing the blue heart doesn't get you anything for now, so...
Yeah, it does. Blue and red and Resort.
Right, but it's not like something where you have to be worried about getting locked out. If you wanted to do Pico, that you would do Pico first.
Yeah. It would be interesting to see if either of them do Pico before leaving Huge Mess. I doubt they will, but maybe.
Yeah, I guess for Jimmy this is actually a really strong play to grab blue and red in Resort, making progress to 3 B-sides.
Yeah, definitely.
Picking up some berries on the way for 10 and 4, 15 and 4.
It is looking like Quan will get the Resort cassette first though, which is unfortunate, but...
Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate. Jimmy has been chasing after Quan quite a few times in this match.
Not too far behind, but it's pretty clear that Quan will get the cassette first unless he has a disaster in the quad hyper room.
Yep, that objective goes to Quan.
Yeah, that's to be expected. Jimmy does have a really, really, really good 3B, so maybe he could win that race, but I know Quan plays like Hondo, so that he's still going to be good at, I would hope he's still good at 3B, so if this is going to be a race...
Well, as Quan, you don't even know if you're... Well, he goes 3B anyway, but you don't even know that you have to rush it.
He spent a moment on the spent a moment in the menu, like deciding, so it's a bit closer than it would otherwise would have been. But unfortunate that Jimmy died a couple. Oh, he doesn't get.
Yeah,
Jimmy
doesn't go 3B anyway. Goes
would.
for 2A Blue Heart.
It would be a close race, so unfortunate, but yeah, it makes sense. Like, you know, if your opponent got the cassette like 15 seconds before you did, it makes sense to leave 3B.
Yeah. I still wasn't aware that Jimmy had that many hearts already, but yeah. Where do you go next? Ooh. Spend some time deciding and then goes resort anyway. That is gonna be painful.
That is really unfortunate. He would have probably had a good chance at the race if he just went straight there. Sorry, did the old side blue heart give him 6 hearts straight away?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. But, like, you know, he would get that from 3B as well, so it's like... It doesn't really do anything.
True. Yeah.
That's really unfortunate. Like, he has a really solid...
Wait,
3B,
but it was that the 4th blue heart? Right, Jimmy played 5B and 1B already. So this is still his 3rd B side. Whereas Quan, I think, only played 5B so far.
Yeah, this is not ideal for Jimmy, but...
But Jimmy still gets something out of this.
3 B-sides.
Yeah.
Yeah, worth finishing, but... Just so unfortunate timing.
Yeah.
Quan having a bit of a rooftop moment. See if this continues. He's enough ahead that I would imagine Quan wins 3B race.
Yeah.
If
These
Jimmy
last few rooms can be tricky, but...
If Jimmy just didn't play 2A, then... He would probably win this.
Yeah, Quan about to enter the final room here. Goes for the demo and gets it too. Nice. But the objective isn't being ticked. Oh no. Okay. Ticks it at the hard door and core. Little time save. But that... Yeah, if Jimmy had entered 3B any earlier, this could have been disastrous.
Yeah, Jimmy would have had that, for sure.
Jimmy's like, what? It was 2 rooms away when that showed up on his bingo UI. So... Damn. Alright, Jimmy finally deciding to clean up some of the Mirror Temple stuff, which will give him... Oh, or not. Goes to resort start. Okay, so this looks like a berry play. And Quan said going to Mirror Temple A side.
With berries and unraveling and Elite Temple A side, so.
Yeah.
Two things
Which
from
would
this.
put Quan at 11. And then Pico is still open. I think Who has advantage to summit stuff? It's Quan as well, right? So Quan is looking at a potential win condition here with Temple. Whereas Jimmy doesn't seem to know that berries aren't contested as much. Which makes sense. That's very hard to read with no berry objectives on the board, really.
I think this is a good play from Quan, because...
Yeah, definitely. I'm wondering how big of a chance Jimmy has to come back here still. Like, as Reed points out, 10-4 and 15-4 takes quite a bit of time. And Jimmy needs to contest something from Quan.
Needs 6.
Ideally, Summit or Pico.
It needs to be Summit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, Jimmy needs Summit, because there's 7 things left in 6. So even if you don't do one in Summit, you still have to go Summit. But he definitely won't do Mirror Temple A side, so he kind of needs to go into Summit right now.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's way more important than Russian berries.
And Unraveling Berry has been ticked, so Jimmy has 10-4 now.
But yeah, going for 15-4 is not particularly contested and it's pretty slow.
Yeah, Quan is now on Summit.
And you can use Summit as one of your 15. That's really fast, but it's a bit too late now.
Jimmy now going into Summit.
I don't think Jimmy can win anymore, unfortunately.
Yeah, even if you rush 3k now, there's not enough time to catch up.
Yeah, if Jimmy realized sooner that he should be in Summit, then he would have a chance right now.
Yeah, even just quitting out immediately when you see the Unraveling tick and then rushing 3k might have worked out. But yeah, it's tough. This board is also kind of messy, in my opinion. Oh, I don't like these 2k berries here that are so far off the beaten path. A Quan makes it look pretty easy. Oh. Jimmy quitting out immediately upon seeing the berry tick. Wait, what?
Oh, they both.
Oh, right, Quan never finished Mirror Temple. I thought this was over. But... yeah. So Jimmy rushing Pico now, which... I guess it is two objectives, but since Quan can just play 3k for the win, I don't think this is something you rush now, right? Then again, you don't really have many things that you can contest.
These are very satisfying noises.
Yeah, this is a fast Pico. Oh, you can jump on that block. Okay. Oh. Oh no. Okay. Jimmy called GG.
GG. Right,
And we are starting.
Right, well, what do we see in 1A?
Well, 3 1-ups is there.
I think I would be a bit surprised if players go for 3 1-ups in 1A.
Yeah, not without any form of synergy, but other than that, there's really not that much. We have Alt-type Blue Heart.
Up to you in a way.
And start in 4A.
Up to you in a way, grab a start and then blue and red insight. Interesting. Read the poem in 2A. Okay, so it seems like 2A any percent and then 4A start regardless. It seems to be the move. And I think I would probably leave the blue heart. Just because if you leave the blue heart, you have access to more stuff later, and then you can go back for it. But if you go for it, sure you get one objective, but then you lose 20 seconds. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how these players route this board. In 3A, there's 10 berries. Mass order. Cassette.
Oh, and all berries in start of 3A, so.
And
that takes quite a bit of time, and all collectibles.
And 15 Pico and 2 winged and 2. Yeah, and 4 clear and 2. Maybe skipping 2A it would be a valid play, but I don't know. Maybe grabbing the alt-type blue heart and then skipping could be valid here, but depends if there's enough in Ridge to make that worth it, and I don't think there is. There's only grab the start that I can see.
Is there that much in Temple? Although I guess it would be a bit greedy to go for the blue heart, play 2B, and then play 3A, but
no, I don't.
3A is strong enough that you wouldn't skip it either way.
I think a 3A skip is fine, but there's a lot of 3A. We'll see. There's the Gather start in 4E, and then I guess I don't know, a blue heart, and then you get into temple, and then there's not much in temple either.
Rescue berries, search berries,
and there's not
access to all Theo cutscenes.
Yeah, but is there much in the late game?
The Summit B-side. Blue and Red and Reflection.
Yeah, I think 3A is probably the move.
And 5 finals and Summit, yeah.
There's just a lot. And there's not much late game, so progress wouldn't be that helpful.
Oh no. Thunder's struggling a bit with the last room of Chasm, but exits now. Alright.
Second last room.
Oh, yeah, I guess, yeah. There is a room after that. Alright, Owen going for the blue heart immediately. And Thunder is also going for it. But the objective turns blue.
Unfortunate. I think it is interesting that both players went for it straight away. See, I think I would be tempted to just rush. Yeah, like if you leave that, you can. Right, say one of them goes for it, the other leaves it. The one who doesn't go for it can get home in 2A, and then quickly talk to Theo and take that off, and that's sort of 2 instead of 1. And then possibly still ahead in progress, I don't know.
Yeah.
No 2B makes sense, I don't think.
Then again, as Thunder, you had like a moment with your execution, so maybe you think you're behind and your opponent doesn't go for the heart, so you can pick it up.
I don't think you can assume that. Yeah, 2B I don't think is the move. You get to what, 1 thing? Blue and red in sight. And I don't even think there's any like B-side synergy, so it would not be that good.
Yeah, there's no B-sides, no Bino objectives either. Alright, but Thunder is ahead here in 2A. See what he goes for. Presumably the poem. Oh no. Oh no! Owen gets the poem as well.
Just
and talk to Theo in Awake. Oh, this is rough.
Oh, that is so rough for Thunder. Oh no. I guess you have to choose one. It's like you 50-50. And if you're late to that one, you're probably late to the other one. As long as you're committed. That's really rough.
Yeah, this is always super nerve-wracking to come back from. Taking a big hit to morale.
Will be interesting to see what the players do now. Are they both going 3? Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
3A is stacked.
Oh, looks like Owen is playing any percent while Thunder is going for the berries and start. So Thunder will most likely get 10 berries in 3A and start berries. Although maybe he won't go for all the berries first pass. He does. Alright.
Yeah, I'm not sure I would actually do the start berries first pass. They're pretty slow.
It definitely sets you up for playing from behind, essentially.
I would definitely get
But
the
is there enough early game?
I would get the very slow ones near the end, like basically everything here to the end, but I would not. I would not get all of them. Maybe it'll work out, but I guess you do get 10 berries in 3A guaranteed as well, so maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see though. Did they both get the winged in 1A? I wasn't paying attention to the winged.
Me neither.
Guess we shall see when
Yep.
when they get these ones.
Yeah, Thunder got both of them.
Yep. Yeah, playing through start it like all berries is so slow. It's like at least 2 minutes. You're at high level, and then whereas any percent it's just like a minute 10 maybe.
All right. Thunder's on the board.
Like, yeah, you get those 2, but now Owen knows you're significantly.
Yeah, you're
behind.
giving up a lot of information.
But at the same time, you kind of have to tick. I mean, maybe it'd be better to just take the 10 berries and not the start. I don't know.
True.
So if Owen had start, he would have ticked them by now.
Yeah, so Thunder is one huge mess section behind here, it looks like. And Owen also got the wings, so... Yeah, I guess that's another thing you're giving up if you're going for the start berries. What can you do as Thunder here to come back, though?
That is a good question. It doesn't really seem like there's that much
maybe getting the start berries and then seeing the 2 winged and 2 tick. Maybe you just skip resort and then get 4A start. And go into temple, but then you got Theo and Search. You have berries in rescue, which also takes quite a bit of time.
Oh no, the death from Owen. Did he just release left at the end there? Yeah, this is really not ideal for
getting the heart here. Oh, there's 5 blue hearts. Right.
I really don't know what you do. Like,
you have to get out of resort, I think. Owen is just cleaning this chapter up completely.
Yeah, I think
you have
I'd
to
agree
play
with
through
that.
all of it.
Yeah, playing the rest of resort, which is a lot of resort, doesn't really get you anything anymore.
Yeah.
Like
You don't get anything out of skipping temple.
maybe unlock shaft, but other than that.
Yeah, shaft for the cutscene is the thing I could see, but again, you could have just quit out in early in Huge Mess after seeing the 2 Winged and 2 tick.
Yeah, what are these? What are these? Oh, all collectibles 3A. Okay.
Yeah.
I would really like to see a quit out at shaft.
Yeah.
Oh, the key didn't go in the lock, unfortunately.
Oh yeah. Like, even if Thunder skips here, Owen will only be maybe 20-30 seconds behind. And Thunder plays it out.
Yeah, it's like, what do you get? What do you get from playing this out? Pretty much nothing. I would be quitting out and skipping.
Oh. Thunder almost having a devastating death there in that room as well. So now Thunder is going for the demo here, so not even getting the berries and the cassette in shaft as well. Which means you'll have to go back for the full clear. What happens if you skip Ridge now? You give up grab the start of 4A, but you know that already.
All collectibles.
Or collectibles as well. But he could start into Temple. Oh no, Thunder. Oh no! Dying at the very end of that room.
Oh no, it's so sad.
This on top of all the close lockouts is really unfortunate.
Not having a death cycle for this room can be really rough. It's a really important room to have a death cycle in, I would say.
Yeah. Through my many deaths in this room, I'm more familiar with the death cycle than with the normal cycle.
But, yeah, some people actually choose to retry on entry every time just because it's easier for some people.
Yeah.
Which I suppose makes sense.
Alright. When that's done with 3A. Skips 4A, alright.
Yeah, not skipping 4E would just be a mistake, for sure.
Yeah.
This actually gives him a chance to get temple objectives, but at the same time, will Owen just skip temple? Maybe.
Yeah.
Owen might not need temple. Like, he can get, like, he's got a huge lead clearly to all collectibles 4E. He can go grab 3 1-ups if he wants, and then there's Panos and Summit B-side, Reflection Cassette, Blue and Red and Reflection. So there's a lot of non-temple things, basically. So I could just skip temple and sort of win off of that. This is not ideal for
Yeah. So, wait. Is Thunder going for a 1-up here?
I think go for the 3 1-ups. Interesting chapter to go for 3 1-ups in though.
Oh,
I feel like it'd just be faster to do this in a different chapter.
Yeah. And you
Like,
lose a lot of the time that you've gained by skipping.
Like, what is this berry for? You know, still trying to do.
I mean,
1-ups here?
to get enough berries for 3 1-ups. But
Like,
these
why-
rooms are
why-
really, really difficult for the 1-up.
Well, firstly, why are you doing it in temple, and also why these berries? I don't know. I mean, if you're in temple, maybe go for the temple things. I think you got search berries, rescue berries.
Yeah, yeah.
Talk to Theo and search for Theo cutscenes. You can get all those 4 done. You can also get maybe 5 blue hearts.
Right. Owen is rushing Reflection Cassette now.
Like, I think going for 1-ups is good because it's something that Owen has access to, but I just don't know why you do it in 5A. Like, you can just go into 1A start or something and just get them pretty quickly, but here you go out the way a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. Also,
I don't
right. 1A full clear was last game, wasn't it? Yeah.
I don't think the fact that it's in temple is going to be faster.
Yeah, because especially in start, you basically don't make any progress. I feel like 70% of the playtime in start is berries. So please collect. Oh.
If you collect one, you should just collect the others.
Oh, this is still another 1-up.
Yeah, if you collect one, I would just collect the others because then you're still at 2.
Yeah.
You're at 2 up. There's
Another
okay.
collect. Oh,
Okay, it's over.
Oh, and a death.
Yeah, if you got like a million berries on you, if you collect one, probably just collect all of them. Like,
Yeah.
unfortunate. Yeah, 3 up and Ridge start would have been faster. And probably easier.
And works towards all collectibles in 4A.
True.
Which is what Owen is doing now at the moment, it appears. Wait. What is Thunder looking for here? Of 5 blue hearts? Right, Thunder doesn't have access to Reflection, so he needs to get the blue heart in Temple to win. But Owen is already going for it. This is devastating. Like, playing from a 0-3 disadvantage and getting locked out of everything in Resort as well.
Yeah, Owen just go for 5 blue hearts, makes sense.
Yeah, and again, that cost Thunder a lot of time in Temple going for the key and getting the blue heart.
And also Owen going for 3 berries, which makes sense in case you want to do 3A full clear later.
Yeah, Owen has all the options.
Having death cycles in rooms like these is really important. But yeah, it's not been done.
Yeah, that towels room.
I just don't want to be caught in a room in like a full game run where I don't know the death cycle. Like, yeah, and I'm a big advocate of just learn the death cycle in like every room where there's a cycle. Even if it's easy, it's worth it. So Owen is actually going backwards here through books. That's interesting. Is he trying to get to Pico quickly, or? That is interesting.
Good question.
I would assume he's just trying to get to Pico.
He doesn't need any mess stuff, but...
Oh, he was... Oh, because... Wait. No, I can't understand that, I'm sorry. Why would he go backwards? Because he... It's still another books berry. Did he not get that? Or did he go books first? Or... I am so clueless right now. Yeah. Maybe he got the berry on the first
Maybe
pass.
he already has the other books berry.
Yeah, but... Yeah, interesting. I mean, yeah, I would assume he would plan for that. I would assume he has a good reason to just backtrack. So hopefully he's got the berry. If he's trying to set up for 3A full play. Yeah, he did. That's good thinking there. So what is he going to do next? Just finish off the full play. That makes sense. It's quite a safe option at this point.
Yeah, at this point, Thunder hasn't taken anything in like 16 minutes. You might as well just do whatever is available.
Yeah, you have no idea. Just pick the 4 fastest things, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, he can, yeah.
Although I guess 3A full clear wouldn't be the first thing on my mind for fast objectives. But...
Well, if he's only got to get the things in start, then I mean, I would assume he got the shaft and sweet berries because they're fast. I don't know if he did, but
I'm not sure.
I think he got. I guess next time he pauses, we'll see how many berries he gets.
Yeah, if the stream quality.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so when he only has to get the first few start ones, this is just going to be faster.
Yeah, then it's fast.
So then, if we're talking other fast things, 5 binders in Summit.
5 binders in Summit, yeah.
Then
3
maybe
one-ups is kind of risky.
I would say that's fast. You can just take it safe in like City and just that's doable.
Yeah.
Rory collectibles is not that fast, but it's safe because he. Well, yeah, we know it's safe. Maybe he doesn't know that, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
he is at 10 now. Like after Summit, you can also just go into Farewell, I guess. Get power source keys in the car.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Thunder calls GG. Totally understandable here. This was a very, very difficult game to play out after 2A.
Yeah, there was much effort. Very unfortunate early game, and then yeah.
That happens, unfortunately, from time to time.